Welcome everyone to Backcountry Live. I am Sam Oldham, and today we're going to talk about why this dirt bike is my favorite bike. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back everyone. Before we get into why this is my favorite dirt bike, don't forget to follow us. If you're not already following us, hit that subscription button. Also, hit that little bell to be notified when our videos come live. Before we jump into why this is my favorite dirt bike, let's get a little bit in a background of what type of bike this is. So this is a two-stroke, and it's a KTM 250 XE. So KTM has a few different type of bikes, a lot to be honest with you. They have the XEW line, they have the SX, they have the XE, and also an EXE. And the 250 XC model is a cross-country closed course race bike. So it's more closely related to the SX motocross bike, but with an off-road type setup. So 18-inch rear wheel, electric start, that's, suspension setup for it and so forth. Gearing is as well set up for off-road or fast, flowy type things. So with that out of the way, let's get into why this is my favorite bike. So I get that asked all the time. And if you for those that are a lot more seasoned and, maybe own a two-stroke dirt bike, you probably are wondering why I ride a 250 instead of a 300. And that's a great question. I have owned multiple 300 two-strokes, and they're great bikes. I feel like with the 250, my style of riding, the way the motor is more kind of a free revving motor versus the 300, where the 300 kind of makes more power down low, having a little bit more grunt or tractor pull. There is a difference there, and between those two, I like the free-flowing motor of the 250 best. I like to ride fast and flowy, and I feel like the gap between the 300 and the 250 and the fastest flowy is larger as far as just having fun on the bike versus being in the really technical, gnarly single track. The difference between the 250 and the 300 is much smaller, where I felt like the 300 is probably the better bike when it comes to really gnarly stuff. And if that's all you ride, maybe that's the better bike to get. But I can keep up with all of my buddies that have had the 300s, and I have switched to the 250. But I feel like in the 250 it's just much more fun in the fast flowy stuff. So I like the motor better, and really that's the only real difference. A 250 two-stroke is just, in my opinion, one of the best two-strokes ever made. And the 2018 has a counterbalanced two-stroke motor, electric start, super smooth, super lightweight. The AER air forks as well, which I think are good, stock front forks. And the bike is really balanced. And I've ridden this bike anywhere from really hard technical single track, like you've seen on the insane trail or Satan's Playground with my buddy Kyle and Tyler. This bike went on that, and it's all the rider, not the bike. This bike is plenty capable in the hard technical single track, and also in the fast flowy, I think it's really, really fun. And so that's the reason why I picked the 250 versus maybe the 300 two-stroke. And then, the reason why I pick a two-stroke over a four-stroke, I've owned a handful of four-strokes, and while four-strokes are very good, they're just kind of vanilla. And when it comes to really technical, hard single track, a two-stroke, in my opinion, has the edge. And you can argue that in the fast, flowy, big sand whoops, or even a motocross track, maybe a bigger bore, four-stroke is a little bit more capable. But you can only, if you can only have one bike, this is the bike I would have. The four-strokes just kind of aren't my thing. That doesn't mean they're not good; they're great. And but I love a two-stroke. They just put a smile on my face. I love the smell, the sound, the loose wheel, and it's just kind of my style of riding. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, or in the comments below, let me know what your favorite bike is today and what bike you guys are currently riding and why. And I'd love to hear that and have some discussion around that. And if you got any questions about the 250 XC and that I didn't answer, please hit me up in the comments. I'd love to answer those. And like always, don't forget to sub, and thanks for watching. There is a difference there, and between those two, I like the more free-flowing. Sorry, guy in a big Ford driving off.